I've made videos about Portal mods in the past and have really enjoyed all of them, so I've been anticipating the release of Portal Revolution for over a year now. The story takes place between Portal 1 and Portal 2 in the decaying Aperture Labs, as you're tasked with restoring the facility. Well, that's what you're doing at first when you meet one of the new cores named Sterling, a maintenance core who wants to restore Aperture Labs and naturally needs you to solve puzzles to help him achieve this goal.
On behalf of the Enrichment Center, I wish to apologize about the current state of our testing facility.
Then another character is introduced, but I'll get to that in a bit. Surprisingly, about 1/3 of the game is played with just the blue portal on your portal gun. I enjoyed this more than I thought I would because instead of being used as a tutorial section, Revolution already assumes you know how portals work. The game uses many of the mechanics found in Portal 2 like cubes, light bridges, lasers, and various gels for example, but also adds in 4 new mechanics. The first of these new additions is the gel cleansing field, which are like sprinklers that wash off gels. These generally serve as barriers to progression since they block any gel from passing, so you have to figure out how to turn them off so you're able to place gel where needed. Next is the power switches that activate or deactivate certain environmental elements like material emancipation grills for example. These are used outside of test chambers too in more linear sections.
Welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center.
Onto a mechanic that was actually created for Portal 2 but never made it into the final game, the pneumatic diversity vent is able to suck things up on one side and spit them out somewhere else. Some of them can suck you up depending on how they're positioned, but most of the time they're used to either suck up gel or transport cubes. Last but not least, it's actually most in my opinion, is the new laser cube variant that requires 2 of them to function. One cube needs to be making contact with a laser, which will cause the other cube to shoot out a laser, meaning you can take that second cube and put it wherever you want. I loved all of these new mechanics since it changes up how you go about solving puzzles, which helps the game stand out a bit. It's not a major shakeup like how Portal Reloaded introduced a completely new portal gun that allowed for time travel, instead opting for more smaller additions. All of these new mechanics are great, but they're isolated into their own test chambers for the most part. The puzzles with these new mechanics are creative, but definitely don't reach their full potential. The difficulty overall is about as challenging as Portal 2, but a few levels really spiked in difficulty, at least for me who hasn't touched a Portal game in over a year. The game is also structured differently from the traditional Portal games in that large chunks of the game don't take place in test chambers. Instead, you're supposed to figure out how to progress in generally large yet linear areas. I have mixed opinions on these sections as they feel too long in parts. It's nice to solve some intentionally easier navigation-based puzzles that could have helped with pacing, but after a while I just wanted to find a traditional test chamber. These sections do come after another new core named Amelia Conley is introduced though, an AI researcher whose consciousness got uploaded to a core, although they're mainly used to flush her out as a character while you progress, which keeps them from feeling too monotonous as she is very likable.
I'm sorry for... Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to overexpose your eyes.
She's a more upbeat, optimistic character than Sterling, which makes them nice foils for each other. They have different motives that evolve over the course of the game, but I won't spoil that for you. I enjoyed the banter that arises because of their different perspectives on the conflict, and the voice actors do a great job, but the writing is more forgettable than characters like Wheatley or GLaDOS.
Is it possible that you were once a vacuum cleaner?
How do you know that?
I can't believe it!
Portal Revolution could pass as a new game in the Portal series if the writing was a bit better and the new mechanics were used in conjunction with each other. The writing is serviceable at driving the game forward, but lacks that signature Portal humor and charm. As for the levels, what is here is great for the most part. I just wish it was willing to combine all of its new mechanics into one more chapter that merged them all together. This would have made use of everything you learned up to that point, causing the ending to feel less abrupt. Among all the other Portal mods I've played, I'd rank it between Portal Rexara and Aperture Tag, but all in all, if you're looking for more Portal to play, you can't go wrong with Portal Revolution, especially since it's free. I'll have my Portal playlist linked in the description if you want to check out my reviews of the other Portal mods. Thanks for watching, give me money on Patreon, and don't forget to like and subscribe.